How's it going, everyone? Let's be frank, we are coming up on one of the biggest game releases of the year, and while it is just an expansion, it's an expansion for a game that was resoundingly, for most people, the 2022 game of the year, and I think some people would say one of the best video games of all time. Of course, the expansion to Elden Ring and Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Now, From Software has done a phenomenal job, in my opinion, of letting out just as much information as they need to about Shadow of the Erdtree, while still keeping a lot of people in the dark. Because you know what? At the end of the day, this game, this expansion is going to sell itself. From Software at this point has developed and built a reputation and enough goodwill with their audience that if they are dropping a game, especially if it's a Souls-like game or an expansion, that people are going to check it out. And given the reception for Elden Ring, the base game, Shadow of the Erdtree, even being a $40 expansion, is going to be hotly anticipated. It's out on June the 20th, and I want to go over some of the information that you need to know. Not a ton to go over, so this video will be rather quick, but before we get into the video, I know a lot of you guys are looking to be playing this game on PC. Want to give a shout while it is $39.99 plus tax over on Steam. Over at our good friends at Green Man Gaming, they've got the game 12% off, $35.19, and you don't have to pay tax. You'll get a Steam key, you'll redeem it. Remember, you do need to own the base game, so keep that in mind. They do also have the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree edition if you want the base game as well. I imagine most of you guys, if you're on PC, you already have the base game. You get the idea. Whichever version you want to pick it up. Link in the description box below. Go check it out. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree is noted to be the expansion to the winner of hundreds of accolades, including the Game Awards Game of the Year and Golden Joystick Awards Ultimate Game of the Year. Elden Ring is the acclaimed action RPG set in a vast, dark fantasy world. Players embark on an epic quest with the freedom to explore and adventure at their own pace. The Shadow of the Erdtree expansion features an all-new story set in the Land of Shadow, imbued with mystery, perilous dungeons, and new enemies, weapons, and equipment. And they are adding some gameplay mechanics and some mechanical changes as well that I think people will find interesting. Discover uncharted territories, face formidable adversaries, and revel in this satisfying triumph of victory. Dive into the riveting interplay of characters where drama and intrigue intertwine that create an immersive experience to savor and enjoy. And keep in mind, while this is $39.99 and that's a hefty price point, From Software honestly at this point can price their content at whatever they want and people will still be excited for it, but it is giving you a sizable amount of content for your dollar. We had some previews roll out from various outlets, and that gave us a little bit more insight, but we already have some concrete details. The length of the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC will be around 30 to 40 hours. Now, obviously, this is going to be substantially different from person to person. There are people that are going to be able to blitz through the game, and there are also people that are going to take their time. But 30 to 40 hours for an expansion, that is a sizable amount of gameplay content. On top of that, there will be at least 10 main bosses, and it doesn't stop at just 10 main bosses. There will also be additional side bosses for you to conquer. Shadow of the Erdtree also includes around 100 new weapons, with some falling into 8 new weapon types as well. So that is going to add new gameplay nuances and a new layer to the gameplay and how you tackle the game as a whole. Mechanically, it is offering some new content, new items, and a new addition to the leveling system in form of the Tree Blessing. And that sounds like it's going to add a layer of complexity as well as a layer of flexibility for audiences checking out the game as a way to improve your stats if you are under-leveled and so on and so forth. It's going to be interesting how exactly it does parlay into the main game, but that'll be a new element of the game as well. So far, what we've seen out of it, it still has that incredible atmosphere. It's still got that incredible vibe, and you're getting a sizable content extension. Obviously, if you didn't enjoy Elden Ring, if Souls-likes are just not your cup of tea, Shadow of the Erdtree isn't going to do anything to win you back over and make you all of a sudden love Elden Ring. It's gonna be more content expanded, new gameplay nuances implemented, And for $40, if you enjoyed the base game or you're just wanting to get all the content right out the gate, our friends at Green Man Gaming do, as I mentioned, have the Shadow of the Erdtree edition on sale. You can get that 12% off for $70.39, and yeah, that beats out spending, let's say, $60 on the base game and then $40 on the expansion. But if you just want the expansion, you can get that as well. Couple more things to note. If you do pre-order the expansion, it's not a huge pre-order bonus, but it notes pre-order now and get the following following bonus content for the expansion: Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree bonus gesture. This is just a gesture that can be used in-game for Shadow of the Erdtree content. Bonus content will be available in-game when the expansion releases, and you can also unlock it by just playing the game, so keep that in mind. It's not something you absolutely have to get. They do also have the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree premium bundle. That includes the expansion, the bonus gesture, as I mentioned, and you'll get Shadow of the Erdtree digital art book and the original soundtrack. That's not anything to, move mountains over, but if you do want it, that's priced at $49.99. Personally, I think I would just stick to the base game, get it at a discount if you're on PC over at Green Man Gaming, and that's going to offer you a lot of content. Make sure you have your save ready. Make sure to delve back into Elden Ring if you have yet to refamiliarize yourself with the gameplay. Look, if you're into these games, I think you'll be able to pick it up pretty quickly. Do want to note, again, for those of you on PC, we do have system requirements available, and just to go over those, minimum system requirements: an Intel Core i5-8400 or an AMD Ryzen 3 3300X, 12 gigabytes of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1063GB, or an AMD Radeon RX 584GB. And then it notes for recommended i7-8700K, Ryzen 5 3600X, 16 gigs of RAM, a GTX 1070 or an AMD Radeon RX Vega 56, 8GB. On PC, it'll also be out on June 20th, 6 p.m. Eastern. On consoles, it'll be out midnight come June 21st. I don't know why From Software and Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco in particular, with all of their games on PC, do a 6 p.m. Eastern release the previous day. It's because of their time conversions and having the release on PC at the same time on in every region. I don't know why that's the case only on PC, but I'm sure they have their reasoning for that. Again, Elden Ring was one of the best received games of all time, and it sold incredibly well. They just announced 25 million tarnish for the game, an incredible stat for a game that, you know, if you go back to 2009, I don't think anybody expected Demon's Souls to parlay into becoming an absolute juggernaut into this Souls-like universe, but that's exactly what's happened for From Software. And they have an absolute massive amount of goodwill. They have a monster of, I want to say a franchise, but really just a genre that they're at the helm of. There's other Souls-likes out there, but From Software is absolutely the leader in this genre. Remember, you can also play it on the Steam Deck if you do want. Link in the description box to get it on PC cheaper. And while the information is still rather scarce, I think that's the best way to handle the promotion of Shadow of the Erdtree. Everybody's going to be checking it out, and it's something that kind of sells itself, all things considered. That's going to do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.